What's up, weirdos? Welcome back into Movement Parallels Life. It's great to have you here. I'm Kellen Mylad, and today's practice is all about movement and mobility. This type of session is perfect for your active recovery days. It's all this movement goodness to take care of your body, to supplement your fitness, your sport, or just living an active lifestyle. I'm going to take you through a variety of ground-based movements, and as we go through them, use my demonstrations and cues as a baseline, but from there, listen to your body, explore, and make the modifications to make the movements work for you. So let's get right into the movement. Start off in a comfortable kneeling position, and we'll begin with some gentle shoulder rolling. Breathe deeply and roll your shoulders in a synchronized or alternating fashion to release any excess tension. Steady your shoulders and sit tall. Next, we'll spend some time mobilizing and stretching our neck. Keep your shoulders from shrugging upward or rolling inward as you look up, down, right, and left. Gradually begin expanding the range of motion in a way that feels safe and controlled for you. Next, you might use some manual pressure to create a stretch through the side of your neck. Tilt your head to the side and drop your opposite shoulder. Place your hand on the top of your head and gently pull to create the stretch. Sit tall and elongate your spine as you begin tilting your head to different angles to find new lines of tension. Be mindful as you use the pressure from your hands to create a deep but comfortable stretch. Reset your posture, and for the last 30 seconds, begin tilting and turning your head in all directions. Keep the movements of your head slow and controlled as you explore the range of motion. Next, we're moving on to variations of rotating and reaching. Start off in a tall kneeling position with your pelvis leveled and your glutes and core lightly braced. Rotate through your shoulders, turn your head, and extend your same side arm into a backwards reach. Alternate from side to side. Set your focus here on maintaining good upper body posture as you use your strength to explore the full range of motion. Sit down to a low kneeling position and then trace a single arm through a full range of motion circle. Perform about 5 reps on each side. Now stay in this low kneeling position. Rotate through your shoulders and post your same side arm behind you. Reach with your opposite arm across your body, extending into the stretch. As you alternate from side to side, take a few moments to linger in the stretch. Tilt and twist to find the lines of tension that feel best for your body. Continue working through these rotations for the next 20 seconds. If you want to expand the range of motion, try lowering down to your elbow. Moving on in our practice, we'll transition next into kneeling hip rotations. If desired, use a pillow or a blanket to cushion your knees. Start in a tall kneeling position. Shift your weight to one side to freely open and close your opposite hip, rotating over the inside edge of the big toe. Keep your shoulders back, spine long, and core lightly braced as you rotate your hips several times and alternate from side to side. Come into a low kneel, step out to a half kneel and glide forward into the stretch. Alternate from side to side. Take the last 30 seconds here to continue exploring and blending these two patterns, the kneeling hip rotations and half kneeling glides. Next, we'll be working with some deep knee bend rocking and cross-legged sitting. Start on your hands and knees with your toes tucked. Sit your hips back to your heels, use your hands for additional support, and begin rocking back and forth, lifting and lowering your knees from the ground. As you begin to feel more comfortable with this movement, you can try taking your hands away from the ground. From low kneeling, lean slightly back till your knees become light on the ground. Draw back through the creases of your hips and catch yourself on the balls of your feet in your deep knee bend. You can also add in a simple transition to cross-legged sitting. From a low kneel, rise up enough to cross your ankles and then sit back. Use soft strength to gently pull your knees open to the ground and fold forward. To return to kneeling, lean back and use a little bit of momentum to rock forward onto your knees and uncross your ankles. We've got about 40 seconds left in this set. Use that time to continue flowing through these positions, deep knee bend, kneeling, and cross-legged sitting. Begin to finish up the sequence and let's move on in the practice. Next up, we're exploring side bends. Start off in a kneeling position and post one arm to your side. Take your opposite arm and reach overhead as you flex laterally. Create length and deepen the stretch by elongating your arm from the shoulder, arcing the side of your body, and drawing your outside hip down. Breathe deeply and hold the stretch for several seconds before you switch sides. Next, you might try the side bend from squatting on the balls of your feet. Now, there's more balance and strength required here, but you can use your legs pressing into the ground to expand the range of motion. Sync your breathing with your movements, exhaling as you find the peak of your side bend. Continue working with the variation of the side bend that feels best for your body, alternating from side to side for the next minute. We've got just a few seconds left in the set, enough time to try this low cartwheel roll. Let's keep flowing. Next, we'll move on to high bridging and tripod holds. Whether you're sitting on the ground or in a deep knee bend, the key here is the opposite hand-foot support. Keep your support arm locked out and externally rotated at the shoulder. Use your opposite foot as your other primary point of support. Your other leg will be fully extended with your foot resting on the ground as you push your hips up to the sky. Hold the high hip bridge in whatever shape feels best for you. Then draw your straight leg back underneath your body to return to your deep knee bend and switch sides. As an alternative, you can lower your hips down to the ground, switch your leg and arm position, and rise back up into your hip bridge on the other side. Add more of a challenge to your strength and stability by hovering your straight leg off the ground for a few moments. Keep working your version of the high hip bridge and tripod hold for the next 40 seconds. Finish up your high hip bridges and then transition next into a crawl position. In this next series, we're flowing from the crawl to the deep squat into a forward fold. Begin by alternating between a low crawl and a high hip crawl, rocking back and forth several times. Next, walk your hands back to your feet and settle into a deep squat. Plant your hands in front of you, shift weight forward, pushing into the ground, elevate your hips, then sit back into your squat. Use this movement to explore the range of motion before you elevate your hips and transition into a forward fold. Now we'll begin flowing through these three positions in a sequence. Start in your foot-hand crawl. Lift your opposite hand and foot for a few moments of balance and switch from side to side. Next, sit your hips back, transition into your deep squat. Elevate your hips, forward fold. Lower back down into your deep squat, then plant your hands and return to your crawl. We've got 40 more seconds left in the set. Continue flowing through these positions and adding in any other movements that feel good for your body. Finish up your crawl, squat, fold sequence. Make your way to the ground. We've got one last set in today's practice, rolling. We'll start easy with lateral rolls and hip rolls. From a kneeling position, round your spine and lower your forearms to the ground. Roll sideways across your back. For the hip roll, start on your hands and knees or from half kneeling. Shift your weight, sit your hips to the ground and roll across your glutes. For the backwards roll, keep your chin tucked, looking down at your shoulder, rock back and kick back overhead. Use this momentum to pull you into the roll over the back of your shoulder and side of your head. As you're learning the backwards roll, avoid rolling directly over the crown of your head and practice on a soft surface free of any hazards. And then lastly, as you become proficient in the backwards roll, you can reverse engineer it and turn it into a forward roll. Fall forward to create rolling momentum, tuck your chin and place the back of your shoulder on the ground to enter the roll. Stay compact as you roll to your opposite hip and exit the roll in a figure 4 leg position. Take these last 20 seconds to work with the best rolling variations for you. That's time, and our practice today is complete. Thank you so much for coming out to move with me. I hope you're feeling amazing. Once again, this is an active recovery day practice, a perfect supplement to your fitness training, your sport, or just living an active lifestyle. These are movements to keep your joints healthy, your muscles supple, and just make sure that you stay mobile and free to move for a lifetime. And last thing, if you enjoyed this video, show some love, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and come back again soon. We'll do it again. I can't wait. I'll see you in the next practice.